Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Angel's Haven. This is a video that has been requested by quite a few of my friends in Kansas City, and it is the revelation of the renovation. So without further ado, I will introduce you to my new living room. For those of you who have seen my prior videos, you know that there used to be a built-in bed platform here, and I have had that for 2 years, The original intention was that I would sleep on it at night and people would sit on it by day. That didn't work out. It was high, people bumped their head on the drop loft, they felt uncomfortable sitting on my bed. I felt uncomfortable sleeping out in the same area that visitors were coming. I thought it would work and it didn't. The other problem was that I had a very cheap laminate floor and it was beginning to show significant water damage. I live out in the country. I live in a park, a real park, trees and a river and, rain and all the elements. And when I would bring water in, the laminate floor would bubble up. I was worried that damage would only get worse. So I planned this for maybe a year. And I came up with this design of putting a sitting area. You do have to duck to get into it, but once you get into it, there's enough clearance, headroom. I had a neighbor over last night. He's 6'2". He had plenty of room when he sat in the beautiful rocker that my friend Cherry Meyer gave me. And we were very comfortable, and I love it. The work, as I said, was done by my neighbor Derek Campbell. You can follow him and his wife Kelly at Tiny House Big Sky. They live in the park. They built their tiny house. Derek's an amazing carpenter, and he and Kelly tore out the old floor and laid the new floor. He advised me to get a product called Life Proof. I originally was going to get a less expensive product, but when I saw the significant difference between the cheap stuff and Life Proof, there was no way that I could not go the extra expense. It was $2.98 a foot, and as you can see, it's multi-width, and it's vinyl planking. It's the snap-lock kind. It's guaranteed for life, it's waterproof, and I think it's gorgeous. So now I have a living room. Tearing out the bed caused me to have to make a lot of other changes. My friend Sally Kirchner came over and helped me get ready to set up a new bedroom, which I'll show you in a minute. I now have a real bed again. I actually really like it. I missed having a space that was just my private bedroom. It's not exactly private because it's in an open loft tiny house, but you know what I mean. It's my space. So one of the changes I had to make was I had to move things down here that were up in the loft, which is where the bedroom is, and we'll go there in a minute. I moved the bookcase down. I moved my angel collection, which was on the wall upstairs. One shelf over there, one shelf here, my angels. That rocking chair was actually up in my writing loft. And actually, I found that I went up to my writing loft to write, but I never went up there to sit in my beautiful rocker and read. And so having it down here has already made a difference. It's been down here for 3 or 4 days, and I sit in it all the time. So these are, this is just, I'm still astonished at how gorgeous it is. They were able to put it under the stairway Turns out my builder did not bolt the stairway down, so they were able to lift it up and slide the new flooring under there. I did do a lot of cleaning. I did a lot of decluttering because I knew I would have changes, and this was an opportunity to make my life even better than it's been. I decluttered in the bathroom. I took out a little rolling cart that had been behind the composting toilet. I think it looks a lot better. While I'm back here, let me show off the hand-knit washcloth that my sister Ann gave me for Christmas, and the handmade soap that my nephew Eric gave me for Christmas. I'm pretty proud of those. New copper kettle. Well, it's copper-clad stainless steel. I have to admit, I had a very nice Mikasa kettle, and I burned the wooden dowel handle, and they don't make it anymore, so I couldn't get a replacement. And here is my new bedroom. So I'll take you up there to show you. Now, as you remember, or if you've watched my other videos, you know there was a lot of storage under my bed platform. I couldn't access it, but there was a lot of it. There were 2 big drawers. There were 2 big cubbies or compartments. In one of those, there were 3 fairly large bins. Those are, I can put those in the storage cupboard on the back of my tiny house. In the smaller compartment, there were some small plastic bins of photographs and papers, letters, that sort of thing. And those are upstairs now along the wall under my bed. In the front of that platform, there were 2 rolling storage drawers. That is where I kept my everyday clothing, and I will show you where that clothing is now. So while we're up in the loft, I'll also show you the old flooring. We did not replace it in either loft. There really wasn't a need to. So this is the old laminate floor. It's not terribly ugly, but it's basically the very cheapest laminate you can find, and it did have water damage, and they actually found a couple of mold spots which they treated. So here's my new bedroom. And that wall that has photographs and art on it had the angels, so I obviously had to move them. My desk is up here still, and I've already done some writing. I haven't blogged in a week because I've been so busy. The printer used to sit on the pink cabinet you saw downstairs. I'll show it to you again when we go back. And so I had to find somewhere to put it. It's now sitting on this wooden stand, which I found at the thrift store in Rio Vista for $4. I was just astonished. The photographs on the windowsill were on the bookcase. The bookcase formerly was along the loft rail, see? So it basically formed a wall, and those pictures were on it. And I'm not committed to leaving them there, but they're there for now. It's my mother, my siblings and cousins and I. The world's largest throw pillow collection is now just sitting on the guest's bed. See the gorgeous floor? I don't know what I'll do with all those pillows. Something. See the airplanes my son gave me for Christmas. I'm just so in love with this floor. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I still love living tiny. And going up and down these stairs is really not a problem. I'm doing it slowly now just because I'm filming with my phone and I don't want you to bump too much. I did take this opportunity to do a lot of cleaning and decluttering, straighten the pretty china and whatnot in the secretary. I still need to straighten out the rolling desk part of it. It has a lot of stuff crammed in it. I'm going to pause you for a moment. So this cabinet was what formerly was upstairs. It actually started my tiny life out here, and then I got that cabinet and put that cabinet here and moved that upstairs to be a printer stand. The printer stand that I had just basically broke. So anyway, there you have it. New bedroom, new living room, new floor, and I love it all. So thank you for spending a minute of my tiny life with me, and I'll see you next time.